Hey man, be about your money at all costs, or be about nothing. Baby Selma wrote the hood. You know he old fly type ass nigga. The beat flies a bitch. The homegirl Disha came and wet the hood. SPI's Lipsy.
Boy, you stay fly, you blow my mind. How can I fly, so fly, so fly, so fly? You stay fly, you blow my mind. How can I, you stay fly, so fly,
you fly too, baby. You order.
Damn right, the chain so bright it'll shock the blind. In the sight at midnight, you can't block the shine. We got it turned up off the hook, we poppin'. I'm fitted, cause lil' mama took me shopping. Pigtails, French braids, bald heads. Asked a bunch of bitches, they all said from day one, I guess the dress size. She say I got an impressive sex drive. No true religion, Versace, Armani. T-shirts and jeans like Chachi and Fine. Exactly, SP supply the passion and khaki. I'm too fly for fashion. Not to mention the trends I said. The Harley twins, the Benz, the Vet. Fly like wingspan, birds and bees. Constantly high off urban ease. I'm fly.
Boy, you stay fly, you blow my mind. How can I fly, so fly, so fly, so fly? You stay fly, you blow my mind. How can I, you stay fly, so fly, so fly? You stay music, nigga.
Look, I manifest destiny. In other words, I make it happen, don't question me. The streets almost got the best of me, but my mama dressed in black, I couldn't let it be. And now I travel where it's always spring, straight off straws, and I done seen all 7 seas. Felony after felony, now every day I'm looking more like what I said I'd be. And yeah, the success is like ecstasy, and my swag so fly, it's like a set of wings. Now watch me do me in the club, throwing dubs at a flock of groupies. Nigga, huh? Nigga, what? It is not what you think. Take some record label money, how you chopped on the scene. You know what I mean? Simple as that. It's what it sound like when Spider nip a fifth in a sack, nigga.
Boy, you stay fly, you blow my mind. How can I fly, so fly, so fly, so fly? You stay fly, you blow my mind. How can I, you stay fly, so fly, so fly. You stay fly.
Sniper in that hustle. Big shout out to my nigga SPI, Spotter Low. You know I'm in the black box, had to come through, tap in, show love one time. Yeah, y'all make sure y'all subscribe. Stay tuned, all that.
Tupac of my generation, Pac was highly intelligent, but in our culture, street culture, especially in his generation, intelligence was viewed as a form of weakness. How do you get the people that's really affected by, you know, what we trying to solve, involved?
Yeah. Family broken, so I stand with my niggas. Showed up to every shootout, but I ran for my feelings. No time for those, I got a plan to get millions. Whoever don't agree, I see you back at the buildings. That's why I never let y'all act like a victim. That's why I never let y'all kill my ambition. You weren't built for the mission. Park my cutlass in the back of the village. Remember Tony started washing them dishes. It was all a decision. Fast died, he took a part of me with him. Heart broken like my artery missing. Just fuck all of you niggas. Team broke, they can't harvest you, nigga. Swore shit, it got a heart to it, nigga.
I used to know you were gon' fold them. I used to know that I could count on you. All that pressure they bestowed on. Pray my son never face what I go through. Yeah. They get it, don't wear the crown right. And if it be feeling like what it sound like. Now my life was a struggle and it get worse, I ain't complaining about it. I just can't never feel the same about it. My life built on damage, ain't understanding, can't call family, no. Got crossed by my closest, I ain't gon' show too much emotion, no. My low one call my phone, I pick up right away. I know I'm living wrong, but it's the right way. I was too busy trying to get heavy, I was lightweight. A lot of niggas that came in with me ain't on my side today. I been trying to live with some of these songs in case I die today. Every time I need something lean on, I drink that spot away. So it don't feel how it feels to me, cause I've been through it and it did what it did to me. I trusted you and that was beef from me. This my little partner, you do that beef for me. And I ain't never jumped in my feelings out here. You swore now you want no photo. I used to know that I could count on you. All that pressure they bestowed on me. Pray my son never face what I go through. Nigga, they get it, don't wear the crown right. And if it been feeling like what it sound like. All my life was a struggle and it get worse, I ain't complain about it. I just can't never feel the same body.
Mathematical mogul, marathoning, making moves, taking the heartbreaking news, made major breaking news. Nephews, nieces, siblings, seeds, they confused. Waking up, shaking, aching, praying that it's April Fools. Chosen child from the now down, stakes is huge. Snakes and fakes straddling the gate, it's too late to choose. Through violent visions, gave victory, paid your dues. Motivated, demonstrated, elevated views. Truths don't die, we multiply. I ain't make the rules. Self-medicate, meditate, and celebrate the blues. Neighborhood, roller coaster, you can take the cruise, I'm good. Blue laces, suede Puma's favorite shoes. Jesus to the generation, you never say me on my babies. Most beautiful gift Puto ever gave me. For such a precious life, who decides price? I couldn't feel the slide twice, cuz they crucified Christ.
I used to know that I could count on you. All that pressure they bestowed on me. Pray my son never face what I go through. Nigga, they get it, don't wear the crown right. And if it been feeling like what it sound like. All my life was a struggle and it get worse, I ain't complain about it. I just can't never feel the same body. My life built on damage, ain't understanding, can't call family, no. Got crossed by my closest, I ain't gon' show too much emotion, no. My little one call my phone, I pick up right away. I know I'm living wrong if it's the right way. I was too busy trying to get heavy, I was lightweight. A lot of niggas that came in with me ain't on my side today. I been trying to live with some of these songs in case I die today. Every time I need something lean on, I drink that spot away. So it don't feel how it feels to me. Cause I've been through it and it did what it did to me. I trusted you and that was beef from me. This my little partner, you do that beef for me. And I ain't never jumped in my feelings out here. You swore now you want no photo. I used to know that I could count on you. All that pressure they bestowed on me. Pray my son never face what I go through. Nigga, they get it, don't wear the crown right. And if it been feeling like what it sound like. All my life was a struggle and it get worse, I ain't complain about it. I just can't never feel the same body.
Can't think without a whole zone. It's almost gone, but don't think about the old zone. I ain't ate all day, but I'm so blown. Tell the DJ to throw on a slow song. My life is what the po-po press for. South Central is so stressful. In the city of the bombest herbs. The only way to loc know the calmest nerves. Females say I'm a conceited, nothing, no good. Only call when in need of something. It's a thin line between the love and the lust. Should never have young cuz in the cuffs. Gotta be cool with them first advances. Working in these uncertain circumstances. Fake ballin' had you broke with a buzz. Pump your brakes, come smoke one with us. And we can get high, y'all. Never know when we gon' die, y'all. Come smoke one with us. Come smoke one with us.
Come on.
And we can get high, y'all. Never know when we gon' die, y'all. Come smoke one with us. Come smoke one with us. I get high as the heights that I'm reaching to. Put a few in the air for Big Meech and Blue. Grind hard through the middle of the night. Shit, I might see a little of the light. I never sleep, barely get some rest. I swallow my blood before I hit some stress. Roscoe's on the east, a hit to west for jacks. Pockets fat, I just hit for racks. Yeah, that's where I can get some clothes at too. It's already 1 and it closed at 2. Fast lane, ballin' out, racing the range. gangbanger, all about chasing the change. I'm icy, judge and the jury ain't trying to see the judge and the jury. Eastie represent the ENS, but I still Baymac like BMF. And we can get high, y'all. Never know when we gon' die, y'all. Come smoke one with us.
Come on.
Come smoke one with us.
Come on.
And we can get high, y'all.
Yeah.
Never know
When we gon' die, y'all. Come smoke one with us. Listen, come smoke. Hey, look. Get money every day like it's no thing. Buy a zone of that cushion, smoke the whole thing. Rolled up deuces, carry 4-5. Off a half a gram of kush, but we so high. South Central where they murder with no alibi. Do walk-ups and don't respect drive-bys. We some young killers, we still some fly guys. Neighborhood near Bustle and SPI. Rich roller coaster cribbing, that's our lifestyle. And that explains why my neck and wrist iced out. Smoke big blunts, ride luxury. A nigga beat his bitch up cause she was fucking me. And then I beat the pussy up and told her it'll be alright, just tell me every time he mention me. Yeah, and that's just how it's meant to be. It's an in-hood thing, Slauson after century. Yeah.
And we can get high, y'all. Never know when we gon' die, y'all. Come smoke one with us.
Come on.
Come smoke one with us.
Come on.
And we can get high, y'all. Never know when we gon' die, y'all.
Come on.
Come smoke one with us.
Come on.
Come smoke one with us.
Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on.
Google gang, straight legend. Google gang, SBI. Google gang, Google gang ain't here. You better keep that shit a Google when you mention me. First sign of disrespect, I'm turning Hercules. It's gonna be a lot of shirts pressed, rest in peace. Keep it a Google, better keep it a Google. Keep that shit Google when you mention me. First sign of disrespect, I'm turning Hercules. It's gonna be a lot of shirts pressed, rest in peace. Keep it a Google. You better keep it a Google. Keep it a Google. You better keep it a Google. Better keep it a Google. Keep it a Google. Google, gang.
Bottom line, love life, show us a blessing. Pull up politic and blow us a session. Spot a locomost Eastie, no mistake in the station. They making them statements, we waking and baking. Word of the day, EC on replay. The marijuana-thon with VJ Keyway, BS and BS. Killing on the track in the black box, we never put feelings over facts. Pay Machiavelli, run me the bread. I don't get mad, I get money instead. I be high, you can tell by a nigga eyes. But wise enough to enterprise, you dig a lies. Contemplating with the Google gang, conversating. Counting coins while these cowards in the comments hating. Only thing count, I count getting another comma. I'm a magnet to the money on my mother mama.
Better keep that shit a Google when you mention me. First sign of disrespect, I'm turning Hercules. It's gonna be a lot of shirts pressed, rest in peace. Keep it a Google, better keep it a Google. Keep that shit Google when you mention me. First sign of disrespect, I'm turning Hercules. It's gonna be a lot of shirts pressed, rest in peace. Keep it a Google, you better keep it a Google. Keep it a Google. You better keep it a Google. Better keep it a Google. Keep it a Google. Google gang.
You can't keep it a Google, then don't mention me. Run a check through the set, I bet them niggas mention me. Red Bull and Hennessy, I keep the same energy. No matter on a solo or a couple homies with me. Tell them come get me if they want confrontation. I keep a couple shooters with me. And we right here waiting on shit to pop off. Take a nigga top off, you tempt me. All that BS, you can miss me. Slide down Century, doing about 60 in the gutter lane. Faded off yak and drop the pistol, hopping out the rain. I won't change, keep it a Google the only way. Mention me, I come out and play. That's on the gang. We're not the same. I ain't nothing like these rap niggas. Hanging with bangers, no bodyguards, we all strapped, nigga. All truth, no lies, facts over feelings. We ain't gon' start something we can't finish. Google gang.
Better keep that shit a Google when you mention me. First sign of disrespect, I'm turning Hercules. It's gonna be a lot of shirts pressed, rest in peace.
Capital
Keep it a Google. Better keep it a
Gratitude
Google.
is the
Keep that shit
attitude.
Google when you mention me. First sign of due respect, I'm turning Hercules.
It's hot in the black
It's
box.
gonna be a lot of
I ain't
church
gonna even
press,
lie.
rest in peace. Keep it a Google.
G. Lou, I
Keep it
see
a
you.
Google.
Nickel Bags, James
Keep
Hudson,
it a Google.
my nigga Rocket
You
Low,
better keep it a Google.
Megalicious,
Better keep
Bone,
it a Google. Keep it a
Vanilla
Google.
Ice.
Google gang.
A lot of my loved ones, AK, Roman Stewart. I seen that Cash App as well. Shout out my nigga Rocket Low, Sacramento, California, 29th Street, Gordon Block, South Side, Crip Gang, Seduce 97. On my mama, I'm not unfamiliar with the concept of a bandana or a C-rag hoodie. People know I had one that was popularized some years ago. The homie been getting at me about what he been doing. I want y'all to know the detail of this month. These are real C-rags that he hand-stitched together. This is just not no obscure pattern rags thrown together in any kind of fashion, cuz. These two sleeves are identical opposites, if that oxymoron actually works, if it makes sense. It took some time, hand-stitched. My understanding, the homie put in over 50 hours of work on this muff, and he nailed it. However, it's his fault that we might have to deal with either or the sound of the fan or the air conditioning. I hope it ain't clashing too much, drowning out, because y'all know I keep the blue cup filled up, in the black box turned up, and it's summer, Southern California. The sun don't start going down to then at 9 o'clock. We in this black box thing, so yeah, we got to, had to have the fan and the air conditioner on. But I want to shout out the homie Rocky Low from 29th Street for blessing me with this hoodie. This is Portica's Hustle and Grind, and he charged not an extravagant number, but a respectable number for the amount of time and work he puts into this handcrafted item. And he felt, I'm honored that he felt or saw it within his spirit to bless me with one, cuz think me wearing this is a favor for him, cuz this fly crip, because I am humbly honored and appreciate you to the fullest, my Lord. On God in heaven, we got a word of the day we got to squeeze up in this thingery though. Oh, my mama. The pronunciation is progeny, progeny, descendants, children, offspring of animals or plants, outcome, product, a body of followers, disciples, or successors. In that sense, rest in peace to the late, great Raymond Washington. Myself, Rocky Low, we are a progeny of an institution that he started. And although I got multiple records with SIBO, I went to go kind of search through them at the last minute, and I found one. It had some more homies on it, but I just put my and SIBO part because that's where Rocket from. They homies, SIBO, Brother Lynch, one of the first two niggas to make Crippin', official Crippin' popular on the retail market with their music. SIBO, one of the first niggas I heard, had to face his lyrics in court, and he one of the first people that helped me get active in my professional career. I was blessed to be on the record with Brother Lynch and SIBO, called Money, Power, and Respect. I didn't want to play that because I'm sure copyright issues are involved, but this is CRIP. Me and SIBO, once again, Seduce 97 thing. Much love to Rocket Low for the hoodie. Go get y'all one. Tap in with him on IG. Rocket Low on IG, cuz he got them things for you. I don't know what he doing with the dot moves, how far he going with the bandana print, but he making this high quality, comfortable, fly crippish for she know. Shout out Rocket. I should have let, cuz I was just trying to keep it a Deuce 9-7 thing. And not just the homie Rocket from 190 was on there who just heard his voice. I didn't even realize that's who got cut off next, and that it's a correlation because the homie Rocket from 29th Street and the homie Rocket from the set, I could have kept him on there. I was just trying to keep it what it was on my mama. Much love. Everybody mentioned. Matter of fact, check it out. Why not just go straight into it, you digger lies?
Hey, don't fuck with the street vendors, man. I'm telling you right now, don't fuck with the street vendors, because stupid motherfuckers like him want to get fucking fucked up. Shut the fuck up, bitch. Shut the fuck up before I knock your ass out again, bitch. Stay on the fucking floor, know your fucking place, and stop fucking with street vendors, motherfucker.
Head south toward Arlington Avenue.
Oh, my mama. Shout out to homie who got active in protecting the street vendor. This reminds me of jail because we are very fortunate, extremely fortunate that this dude didn't pull up on one of us or ours in the process of fucking over a street vendor and then try to deliver the same type of vigilante justice with violence that might have triggered an exchange. But, however, look like the Rasa has spoken. They trying to get active. It was a wood this time. I don't know what the wood did to the street vendor. Because look like he fresh up out the 24-hour fitness or something. He got the little compression shirt on. He talking with a lot of confidence. He did something to the wood. I don't know if the wood was homeless, a dope fiend, or what. But could you imagine? Y'all see what we saw last year. And this is why, when I took the opportunity to speak on the subject, I admonished our people to stand down and those in position of influence to move into position of correction in order to avoid this type of reaction, because, you know, ain't probably no retaliation to get back behind what the Wood suffered. But had that been on camera with somebody affiliated with one of our street scenarios, situations, hoods, videos, or whatever you want to call it, y'all know the potential of what could take place. So I want to salute Cuz. He went on camera and did what he had to do and made his statement. And y'all know, once somebody set that type of precedent, it's going to trigger the energy to live up to that every time a street vendor is involved in being attacked. So once again, I just want to remind us, that little petty BS ain't worth it. It's ignorant. We have individuals that we care about of the same capacity and caliber that are out here vulnerable to the same type of attacks. And you know, all is fair in love and war, so we don't want to trigger nothing on ours that is unnecessary and avoidable. So on my mama, I just found that interesting, and I'm so glad it wasn't one of us. Let's just leave that little petty There's too much money out here to get. On my mama, but salute to Cuz for that demonstration.
We getting rich off beats.
Short fuse with the long clip. Think I'ma slip, you fucking with the wrong crib. End of the road, part of the journey. Get up off that gurney, gotta call the attorney. Time is money, mine kinda expensive. You can find me minding my business. Love blind, I see y'all hate me. Sleep with one eye open, heat off safety. Smoking medicated dope in my own lane. Sophisticated scope with the long aim. On one, out here hitting corners. On us, better act like you know, cuz I'm in a function by myself with number some stuffed inside my belt. Same old loc with a bit more money. So run me my dough and get demo dummy on
Demonstrations. Let a nigga try to trip right now. I got situations, baby. Said a nigga doing demonstrations. Beat the box on the bitch like it needed an initiation, baby. Rich blood, strip club, the bitch hugging me, talking about she loving the thug. Getting me all in the club with the snub with me. Yeah, she heard about the dick and I got drugs in me. Ooh. Cold nigga, turn the bitch a go get it. Gon' leave here a square, return a hoe nigga. Go Willa, frontline PI dope dealer. Bottom line, I'm a figure rope nigga. I be sending shit. Burner on my hip, it's never in the whip. Real gangbangers know the manuscript. Got my eye on the homies and I watch the crib. Heavy on my tip, cause niggas is pushing politics. And different lane is my affiliation. Let a nigga play today, I got the situation. I leave a pussy bleed like administration. Stretch a nigga like a limo, give a demonstration. Demonstration. Let a nigga try to trip right now, I got the situation. Baby. Said a nigga doing demonstrations. Beat the box on the bitch like it needed an initiation. Baby.
Okay, I guess I must have missed the memo. But since I'm here, might as well give a demo. Doctor say, doctor something with my mental. Cause every gunshot sounds like an instrumental. I blow blunts till I'm bronchitis. Tell her put your mouth on the bitch but don't bite it. If I put it in the bag, niggas gon' buy it. Henny goes to the streets, then I'm gon' buy it. That from day one, I ain't have to get quartered on. Squeeze you with the needle, we shots like cortisone. So by the cortisone. Watch killers turn skitch and hurt my cortisone. I went to war for any penny they was shorted on. Even they steaks off the place that they snorted on. Ordered on by some niggas I supported. Got wiretaps with pics, same phone they recorded on.
Demonstration. Let a nigga try to trip right now, I got the situation. Baby. Said a nigga doing demonstrations. Beat the box on the bitch like it needed an initiation. Baby.
Demonstrations, SPI, Practice Night, Fast Night Fig, available on all digital platforms. From the Politicking EP. Shout out to Christian Gooden. Peace to the Siete. Ain't no mystery, God. Sell me up. I see you chunking up that chunky sell. It's crazy because we've been tapping in on the boy Jigga quite a bit lately. And every time his name comes up, no matter what's going on, just because of the legacy he built and the spirit behind the D-Boy whole scenario, I always have to reflect on this Dez Perez situation, which has nothing to do with what's happening right here directly at all. However, it just, I don't know, anybody else, it wouldn't seem like nothing. And I know everything is bigger than this and nobody cares, right? So if you don't care, plug your ears. But it's just ironic that they going in court. One of my favorite records from Jay-Z of all times is You Must Love Me. And I'm quite suspicious that perhaps he may not have written it. It may be a record that he acquired through purchase some way or another. Just because I find myself hard-pressed to find other lyrics of his that quite, though it's the story he told, the first verse was about him shooting his brother because his brother was kind of playing him too close. And it was like he talked about, he kept it such a Google how he closed his eyes and just squeezed and he shot him. And at the end of the verse, the whole thing was You Must Love Me, because when his brother woke up in the hospital the next day after getting shot by him, he asked to see Cuz. He like, yet you asked to see me in the hospital the next day, you must love me. And right off onto the night, I just shot my nigga. Like he was not, that's so hard. And then, no, that's the second verse. The first verse or the second verse, now I'm confused. The first and the second verse are these two verses. The other one, he's rapping to his mother. And he's rapping to his mother about how he was a piece of because he sold her dope after all his life. When he got in trouble, she was in court all the days, waiting all the time, waiting for his name to call, waiting till he was arraigned, had his back. And in exchange, he turned around and sold her crack. He was a bastard for that. And at the end of the verse, he says, you must love me. Ironically, in the third verse, Cuz says, I think the third verse is shorter than the first two. But he raps to a female who was like his main squeeze, like a Beyonce type. And he kept her safe away from the game because, you know, that's what real ones do. And this is one day he needed to make a play. He needed somebody to strap up and get on the plane. And he refused to ask her, but she volunteered. So once again, at the end of the verse, you must love me. So because that was my favorite Jay-Z record through the years, I have a hard time dealing with the Des Perez scenario, because he compared the woman that was in the game with him to his mother and his brother that loved him, even though he shot one and served the other one crack. So he kind of compared to her being in the game as foul as that, and she was down with him. She did it. So him being so locked in with old girl is way out to me. However, at this point, Cuz is using the law in a more civil manner to go after Dame Dash. I'm not sure what NFT stands for, but Rockefeller Records sues Dame Dash for allegedly trying to sell NFT of Jay-Z's Reasonable Doubt. I'm sure someone, before I'm finished reading this, would put the definition of NFT in the chat room. I believe in the Google game. Rockefeller Records has sued its co-founder Damon Dash for allegedly trying to mint and sell the copyright for Jay-Z's Reasonable Doubt as a non-fungible token. Okay, now we know what NFT is. That word is F-U-N-G-I-B-L-E. I've never heard it. I didn't pre-read this story like most times. So I'm guessing that's fungible, a non-fungible token. According to the complaint obtained by Rolling Stone, Dash planned to sell an NFT of the Reasonable Doubt copyright at an auction on the platform Superform, which was set to take place June 23rd through 25th. Rockefeller claimed it sent letters to Superform and Dash stating that sale was improper and requested the auction be canceled. Long story short, I hate going through all the official because it's like small print and all that. That ain't what we here to do. From what I have surmised, Cuz has some type of rights to sell. I don't know how they can sue, because if you follow the story further, and I encourage each to do so, you will find out. I already said it, Megalicious, you late on my mama. They indicate that Jay-Z had put in an offer to purchase the portion of Reasonable Doubt that is in question, and Dame Dash deemed it insufficient. So now, I guess Jay's next best move was to call the law in. And I wouldn't even play Cuz like that, except for the fact Cuz told Kaepernick, he told us in regards to Kaepernick, we beyond kneeling. Not only did he say that, Cuz put the female that was down in the game, put her life on the line, penitentiary chance, in the You Must Love Me, next to his mother that he sold crack to and his brother that he shot. But then he has this marriage with Des Perez. So, hey, I already am one that roots for the underdog, but this time got multiple reasons to do so. Let's go, Dame Dash. We in your corner, cuz. Oh, wow.
Oh yeah. 97 ways we gon' live it. You can't tell me shit about my crippin'. I done been a loco my living. Now it's time to chase me a bag. 97 ways we gon' live it. Bay Mac in the building. 97 ways we gon' live it. We gon' live it. 97 ways we gon' live it. You can tell me shit about my crippin'. I done been a loco my living. Now it's time to chase me up back.
100,000 feel like something when you're thumbing through it. Done it when some would say one would be dumb to do it. Running circles round rappers on their last lap. PayPal perhaps. Ass cap the cash app. Ass app is how I expect the next direct deposit. Positivity love phone posits. Check the closet. Just say we touching paper is an understatement. Underground label running late. Tell them run the payment. Executive decisions. Check the balance. Time to monetize the talents. I accept the challenge. Memory a crazy tune. 111 days. Loco for my days. 97 ways.
97 ways we gon' live it. You can't tell me shit about my crippin'. I done been a loco my living. Now it's time to chase me a bag. 97 ways we gon' live it. Big Mac in the building. 97 ways we gon' live it. We gon' live it. 97 ways we gon' live it. You can't tell me shit about my crippin'. I done been a loco my living. Now it's time to chase me a bag.
Unable to fake it, fuck how they take it. Heard about the meeting, I was able to make it. Just sick of watching Sherm heads squabble each other while the judge steady handing out lottery numbers. It go down year round, ain't gotta be summer. Life's a bitch and niggas never get apologies from her. Dumber, big and little homies frequently locking. Don't see no other options, that's the reason they flocking. SPI ain't the nigga, how you figure fat? Gift the gab, every gig get a bigger bag. Either name your price or it's appropriation. Finesse game, nigga nice with negotiations.
97 ways we gon' live it. You can't tell me shit about my crippin'. I done been a loco my living. Now it's time to chase me a bag. 97 ways we gon' live it. Big Mac in the building. 97 ways we gon' live it.
We gon' live it on my mama. Y'all know who Glock 9 is up out of Florida? I'm not familiar with cuz other than just my general awareness of the headlines. I know this is not the first time I've seen that Glock 9 spelled with 2 Ks, so I know I've been aware of his existence. I cannot tell you why. Quite a few artists fall in that category for me. But they are trying to put hip-hop under the RICO charge in general. Like I just mentioned earlier about Sebo from Sacramento, the first artist I was aware of, and this is back in the 90s, because Cuz was a felon from the youth authorities up into the prison systems in California, and he became a professional artist, although independent, not mainstream. In our life, he was mainstream. We didn't know the difference at one point. We thought Cuz was just as big as anybody else because he was putting CDs and tapes out and shit. But he was in the prison system in California, juvenile and adult, the whole time throughout his whole career, back and forth. Cuz was catching cases. Jail felony, similar. I don't know if jail felony made it to the penitentiary, but I know in the California Youth Authority, Cuz had a name that rang bells without rap. So I'm not. I believe even X-Rated from Cuz Hood, another legend from Sacramento who did a lot of time for being hella active, who's home now. Welcome home, Cuz. He been home for a minute now. See his movement he been building. We chopped it a few times via DM and all that, but we seen how many cats they done hit with this RICO, Cuz, from Asanova to Takuchi and them. They really broke that whole Takuchi situation down. Somebody corrected me when I said they was charging the boy NBA Youngboy with it, but they not playing. Like, do you realize the RICO Act has like a 95, 97% conviction rate? One thing about the feds, and that's different from the state. The state hears something credible enough in their mind as arresting agencies, regardless what evidence they have, they coming to get you as a preventative measure. That innocent to proven guilty is the most bullshit thing I ever heard associated with the justice system. You are definitely guilty until proven innocent, because innocent people don't get cuffed, thrown in jail, have to pay to get out. That makes no sense until you can prove your innocence. That sounds like more the situation for somebody who's presumed guilty and then have to prove their innocence. So it's more guilty until proven innocent, but they'll tell you the exact opposite. That's why you got to be careful when they tell you perception is reality, because that also is not true. But they got it. It's just crazy because they got a thing right here, because they got his booking number, black male, 21 years old, Orlando, Florida. $500,000 bail. Case number, charge RICO, R.I.C.O. Then he got another charge, $250,000 bail. Charge conspiracy / RICO. They trying to hang that young nigga at 21 years old. He doesn't know enough to fight against the federal government who watched him break the law and conspire to break the law enough to where they felt comfortable bringing charges. I hope he overstands. Right now, his only option is to shh. Don't say nothing. The only thing he can say at this point to help himself will compromise his integrity, as far as if you were involved with anything that could perhaps get you charged with the RICO, you took an oath to stay silent when the courts got violent. So if you're going to stay pledged to that, just don't say nothing. Because anything that you can say that can help you is going to violate. And if you want any inspiration at this moment of anybody, an individual that has had the fortitude to stand firm, stand sturdy, stand strong. He on the intro and the outro, and he's mentioned within the lyrics of this record. Free Big Meech, on my mama. Free Glock 9. I hope he got the bail money, and I hope he in that 5 to 3% that don't get convicted for the RICO, on my mama.
I'm the one setting precedents everywhere. Now I'm feeling like I made it. I'm looking up, all my friends are mostly entertainers. I still got street friends, don't get me wrong, but all my friends, I'm in the entertainment door. I'm in that realm now. Now I'm finna start making a lot of legitimate money.
Bitch, you run my name, it come back 100. Ask Big U, Top Dog, whack 100. Suge Knight, both the niggas he happened to drive over. The one that died and the one that survived. Rest in peace, Terry Carter. What up, Bone? It's the perfect type of beef for me to nut up on. Used to holler at the plug like, what up, Holmes? Cop 9 zones, go home and cut up stones. No extras on nothing, just saying what I say. From Compton and LA, ask Cam with a K. Mayo over mustard, whiter than Ajax. And Trag Newport, getting high with AWACS. Nominated most Easty, yes I accept it. Q, Mac and Dub, I'm West Side connected. Used to flood to swap me with my CD copies. Niggas nutty on my block like BG Nuggies. All I ever did was keep it hood. All I ever did was keep it G. These niggas ain't never like me. That's something I never understood. All I ever did was keep it hood. All I ever did was keep it G. These niggas ain't nothing like me. That's something I always understood. Family first, nothing over or equal to them. Love my folks from the turf and my peoples from Brim. Industry-wise, the realest from the past to me actually has to be Master P. Keep it a Google, only way I know how to do things. Tour with TD Boy before he had 2 chains. In Georgia with Jeezy and the CTE, or the son of Easy E and the CPT. Project passion on the mic like I'm giving a speech. Spent weeks on South Beach politicking with me. They used to think I was banging with a decent group, till they left the low hanging when I beef with Snoop. Never sneak this and just speaking the truth. When you shoot from the soul, it gets deep in the booth. I'm a legendary native like CJ Mack. Never left, but tell them haters that the keyway cack. All I ever did was keep it hood. All I ever did was keep it G. These niggas ain't never like me. That's something I never understood. All I ever did was keep it hood. All I ever did was keep it G. These niggas ain't nothing like me. That's something I always understood. Call me crazy, or maybe it's a baby thing. Baby Spider, baby Dre Line, baby Lane. New Orlando before Burris war with Glencoe. Fuck with slow bugs, but his name was Winslow. Should've said with Chris Lighty, got blunted with Fab. Now no one damn near had to run it with Zab. That nigga Puto couldn't do nothing but laugh. Like you a fool, sticking moves, stay up under the jab. Grab a bag of that gag for $1,200 a half. Fuck the world on my handicapped brother's behalf. Hit the road and wear it out for a month and a half. Counting cash, I don't care about nothing but math. ever did was keep it G. These niggas ain't never like me. That's something I never understood. All they ever did was keep it hood. All they ever did was keep it G. These niggas ain't nothing like me. That's something I always understood.
Always keep it hood. Nothing like me. I'm a G on Crip. I'm just like.
You have impacted them. Only more so because you're not an actor playing a part.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
I'm real life.
Actualize this shit.
Yeah.
You actualize. You made this shit reality.
Yeah.
They don't have the mental capacity to be able to process that type of shit, man.
Oh, my mama, Trey Legend in the building. The Hook Master. Oh, my mama, I ain't met an individual that do a hook faster. He my E-note for the new generation. Not because I chose him over E-note. E-note just geographically and doing time. And he changed his name to Replay. I don't really know exactly what he on, where he at, what he doing, but it doesn't seem to be focused on his R&B as much as he once was. But I just remember him being my go-to guy at one point, and the way that Trey Legend has become my go-to guy reminds me of E-note quite a bit. It is a new time, a new sound. Trey Legend is not a singer. The street nigga from Watts that was rapping, and because the auto-tuning and harmonizing and having melodies became an essential element of the game, he was able to fall into a pocket and expand his talent spectrum by being melodic and musical on hooks. E-note is an individual from childhood that was singing a cappella in church, making grown folk spirit roar. There's a difference. Trey Legend is more fit for the time that we in anyway. Google gang, much love to E-note, aka Replay, and my boy Trey Legend, aka, what should I say, FKA, formerly known as Cali. Think I ain't no hood type. Oh, blah, 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 blah. We go way back. But anyway, it was one more thing that I had wanted to tap into in particular. And it really struck me because earlier today, I ran across a video where it was a female. And, oh, you know what? I'm getting ahead of myself. I ain't getting to that. Because your boy CB, Chris Brown, you know, after Rihanna's Black Eye, and I want to say in his defense, which has been wiped out of the records, kind of like the video of T.I. getting on the stand testifying on Hosea Thomas, has been wiped out the records. I remember when Rihanna's Black Eye first surfaced as a headline, the immediate story that flooded the internet was Chris Brown ain't trying to on Cuz, but, you know, to his defense, the reason that she ended up with that black eye was because he contracted herpes from Rihanna. That story surfaced, dominated the headlines for maybe a week or less or a little more, and then it disappeared, and its replacement was a story about a manager sending a text which compromised their exclusive relationship. And for that being the catalyst that led to the black eye, he did not receive the consequence that we all know one of us would receive if he was responsible for blacking an eye such as that. With the eye becoming black because of acquiring such a vicious disease, you see how he was able to get away with such a slap on the wrist and such a simple, easy path to redemption as a superstar. The way I see it, both camps at that time, over 10 years ago, look how long they've been able to milk and pimp the sex symbol out of both of those camps since that black eye. Just think, this is a new time. Maybe it had worked, but I imagine back then, PR-wise, both camps figured herpes could not allow a superstar to be catapulted to the superstar status that Chris Brown and Rihanna reached, maintained, obtained, and now possess. So I think both sides came to agreement to dead that story, come with an official story, and whereby also in the legal process, he got off quite lenient. However, there's been a lot of other little stories popped up with his name, with supposedly being too rough or physical with females. Now here it is again. It's just ironic to me personally, y'all. If y'all want to know why this is ironic to me, y'all sent it to me multiple times. But why I chose to tap in on it, I got a cousin that is a industry security staple, been around. And the list of names that he has held down throughout the last couple decades are endless. The G Unit camp, everybody affiliated, Eve, Bow Wow, so many others. I don't even want to do him any disjustice, if that's a word, injustice, whichever one applies, by trying to start a list, because I know I'm gonna cut him short. But anyway, Chris Brown is one of his regulars. And just recently, after a few years, I haven't seen my cousin. I saw him. And because he came to California and he with Chris Brown. And when I say recently, I mean on Father's Day. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers. Happy belated, as a matter of fact. So when y'all hit me with this, I'm like, damn. I was just kind of like, not talking about him, but he was slightly on my mind because I just seen my cousin that's holding him down. And we had a reunion, and that's who he with. And I know that's his B-Noy. But he's become a suspect in a battery investigation. The comedy in it all, a woman claims he slapped her weave off. Cause you can't make that up, cause sometimes reality, like they say art imitates reality, but reality sometimes precedes art, definitely. Chris Brown is under investigation for battery, and the alleged victim told cops he smacked the back of her head so hard her weave came off. She probably embarrassed because of what was up under there. Law enforcement sources tell TMZ police responded to the singer's San Fernando Valley home over the weekend where a woman claimed Breezy slapped her. I wonder if my cousin was there. We're told the woman claimed the slap made part of her weave come out, and police took a battery report and named Chris as the suspect. Our sources say the alleged victim had no injuries aside from the alleged dislodged weave, and no arrests have been made. It's the second time in as many months cops were called to Chris's pad, the first being his massive birthday bash in May, which LAPD broke up early in the AM. We reached out to Chris's camp about the latest incident so far. Radio silent. Our sources say the battery case will most likely be kicked to the city attorney, as it would be a misdemeanor charge if anything at all. I'm glad to hear that, cuz. Don't try to cuz over it. On my mama. Y'all need to focus on the tipster, T.I. Cliffster, him and Tiny. I know they liquidating right now. They try to see who they can tap in with, politic with, break bread with, and make some of that go away. Oh, blah. But, that's crazy. He slapped her. I bet you whatever happened, cuz. Woo-wop, she wooty-wop. CB probably was like, motherfucker.
That motherfucker owe me 35 motherfucking dollars. He told me he gonna pay my motherfucking money last motherfucking week. I ain't seen this motherfucker yet. I'm not gonna chase this motherfucker for my 35 motherfucking dollars. I called the motherfucker 4 motherfucking times, but the motherfucker won't call me back. I called his mama the other motherfucking day. She gonna play like the motherfucker went in. Lord, to cut her motherfucking ass out. But I don't want no motherfucking trouble.
Press
But
play.
I tell you one motherfucking time. The next motherfucking time I see this motherfucker and he ain't got my motherfucking money, I'm gonna bust his motherfucking head.
On the real, I give a fuck how a motherfucker feel. Motherfucker bet not fuck with my motherfucking meal. Run a drill, quick way to get a motherfucker killed. Fuck a trial and appeal. What's the motherfucking deal? Mr. Williams got my hand on the motherfucking wheel. Make some millions before I make a motherfucking wheel. You motherfucking right. What's the motherfucking lick? Niggas know going broke or make a motherfucker sick. And a bitch, that's when she leave a motherfucker quick. So she can't do shit but suck my motherfucking dick. And then suck and fuck the whole motherfucking clique. City rabbit, no kids, no motherfucking tricks. Just crips blowing zips, counting motherfucking chips with hollow tips stuffed in they motherfucking clips. Taking trips, leaving big motherfucking tips. You still can't hear, read my motherfucking lips, motherfucker. What up, motherfucker? Motherfucker. Like us, motherfuckers. We don't give a fuck, motherfucker. Motherfuckers, like us motherfuckers, we don't give a fuck, motherfucker. Motherfucker, where you been, motherfucker? What the fuck? You just did 10 in the pen, motherfucker.
Damn nigga, where you been? Oh, you did 10 in the pen, huh?
That's the homie from the hood. We rolled them motherfuckers together. Cuz caught a case and told them motherfuckers loose lips sink ships. Control the motherfuckers. You gon' claim these dirty streets, then patrol the motherfuckers. Catch an enemy slipping in them. Blow the motherfucker. Motherfuckers ain't knowing. Gotta show the motherfuckers. I ain't like to square off. I stole on motherfuckers. Motherfuckers stole on me just like I stole on motherfuckers. Motherfucker. That's on the motherfucking set. That's the bottom motherfucker. I'm a motherfucking vet. Ain't met a motherfucker around this motherfucker yet that can ever say they see me off a motherfucking wet motherfucker.
Yeah, motherfucker.
Trey Legend say the hook sound familiar as if he insinuating some of his work that's not directly affiliated with that record inspired it. That's Eastwood on the hook. I would like to have you know the part that you hear me saying had been there for a year or two. And I went in to a series of sessions with Woodrow called The Block Sheet. We was gonna do an EP. And we have a collection of records that I'll be sprinkling on the EPs from that. We never quite finished. But most of the records were his beats and his concepts. This was a record I had incomplete that I was going to put on the project. So when we were in the lab, I played it. The first time he heard it, he went in there and did that. I wanted him to add to the hooks. I had saw how he been harmonizing and coming with melodies. So it ain't none of you, Trey Legend. Very indirect. You know, sometimes great minds think alike. Shout out to Woodrow. What I was alluding to earlier, that I had to tap into this because I see this is a precedent or a blueprint of what might be to come on our side of the country, because a friend of mine went to attend an event prior to California being reopened on the 15th. It was a few weeks earlier than that, maybe a month or so. He went to a comedy venue and realized upon arrival that he was not going to be allowed interest because he could not provide verification of vaccination. To the extent that he had to forfeit the funds that he had forwarded to attend the event. He took an L of a couple $100 for 2 tickets, and you know, the gas, the time, probably could have been at work getting some money. And because he was surprised to find out he couldn't get in because he couldn't provide vaccination proof. That blew my mind. But now in the Philippines, the president, Rodrigo Duterte, has threatened to jail people who refuse to be vaccinated against the coronavirus. And I was attempting to say earlier, the reason why this is really interesting to me is because I saw a video that I wish I had loaded up right now for this purpose of a female official expressing that damn, I ain't even gotta like do all that. What? Let her do it herself. I'm gonna let y'all get a look at her first, then I'm gonna play it. And to have you know, what she is saying before I play it is that her name is, let's see, it says Team Jimmy Levy. So I don't believe she's Jimmy Levy, but he played this, and the title under here says GOP lawmakers hold press conference. It says happening now, and this was earlier. And what she's saying is that the vaccine is experimental. There is no other way to classify it other than experimental. And imagine a government mandating you take the experimental vaccine. It's almost in the spirit of the draft, where you have no choice other than to offer your life and sacrifice for your country. That's what I compare the mandate of taking an experimental vaccine to. And the same way society has accepted a draft when it's deemed necessary by the government, it seems like in general they have accepted that vaccination is mandatory, even though the vaccination has been deemed by officials to be experimental, and us lay people deemed conspiracy theorists, we already thought, knew, figured that. But I'm going to let her say it in her own words. It's not that loud. I hope y'all can hear her. She's saying they're not FDA approved. She said basically, you know, there are scenarios where humans volunteer to test and be what you would consider guinea pigs, and I'm paraphrasing, for vaccinations. She said this time they just ran it on the public. And she said, thank God so many people survived it and managed it as well as they did, because it's not approved by anyone that is approved a vaccine before. And I just say, as regular members of society, in a lot of ways at the mercy of those, the powers that be, you know, we have to remind ourselves that we do have a responsibility on my mama, and that responsibility for each and every one of us is to read between the lines. Cover my base, ended up in court, had to fight a couple of cases. Crackers don't care when you come in them places. It be written on their faces, them motherfuckers is racist. Fuck trial, shit tricky, give me the deal. I ain't never seen a real killer beat a pill. Shooter got a brighter future if he got a date. Behind the gate, lot of politics to tolerate. Sitting in the car, finna split a cigar. To my niggas on the yard, send my biggest regards. You don't wanna run it back, we already ran it. Man, I just sat on his back cause I'm heavy-handed. On the catching of the fade, we can follow up. But I ain't waiting all day, niggas squabble up. Gang of anger, got it all bottled up. Gang bangers, whole world follow us. Evil times you believe, can you see the sign? Tell me who gon' lead the blind, why they lead the blind? Am I wrong cause I'm all about me and mine? Niggas better catch on, read between the lines. Evil times you believe, can you see the sign? Tell me who gon' lead the blind, why they lead the blind? Am I wrong cause I'm all about me and mine? Niggas better catch on, read between the lines. Niggas clowns need to be in the circus. Putting these buzzers on the turf, they defeating the purpose. The first to return when the enemy serves immediately on ease. These weenies be nerve dedicated to a section that didn't deserve us. It turned us into murderers and then the deserters. Number one lesson I learned in the pen: when you lose your respect, you can't earn it again. Smoke a lot, classified most faded. The local won't be satisfied till all his folks made it. This Cabbage Patch where he caught most of the damage at. Perhaps he know a magic plastic surgeon that can manage that. Ask me, I'm just a product of my habitat. Narcotic habits where they quick to let you have it at. Big homie talking about he need half that. I'm laughing at him as if my little bastard having that. Evil times you believe, can you see the sign? Tell me who gon' lead the blind, why they lead the blind? Am I wrong cause I'm all about me and mine? Niggas better catch on, read between the lines. Evil times you believe, can you see the sign? Tell me who gon' lead the blind, why they lead the blind? Am I wrong cause I'm all about me and mine? Niggas better catch on, read between the lines. On my mama. It's a female that be doing blogs. Her name is Tanya TKO. And read between the lines is one of her catchphrases. She calls them the arbitals. So I guess that's the acronym for read between the lines. And then she just enunciates it, arbitals. But we got a caller from Chi-Town, Chirac, 708 on the line. Go ahead, speak your mind, man. What it do?
Man, respect, look, man. This Steve-O guy comes from West Side Chicago. And man, every time I tune in to you, bro, you be on point with what you talking about, what be going on in the streets. And motherfuckers really appreciate a real nigga West Coast identifying from niggas from a whole Midwest. I don't give a fuck. We still men at the end of the day. But you be talking about the real social issues that be going on. And the motherfucker really appreciate that shit, because it be a lot of clown ass shit that be going on everywhere. Weird ass shit. And you a solidified nigga, I don't know what be going on in California in the street gangs, whatever case may be. But so I just know by the way you carry yourself and the shit that you be talking about. So I'll rock with you with whatever though. Listen, whole time, you a real nigga. And anybody who don't rock with you, they gotta be flawed, because I don't see no flaw in you. Every time you open your mouth, you say official shit. I don't know what the fuck the climate is in the area that motherfuckers don't keep for real, but that man, though, you are refreshing to the streets that you keep for real. Every time you open your mouth and you ain't apologize for nothing that you say, and you stand on what you talk about, bro. And I respect that shit about you, quite low. On my mama, I do.
On my mama, I'm finna take the number down. I don't even want no more callers, cause it is so refreshing to hear a real nigga like you say, because I don't care what nobody else say. It's us and y'all as far as the reputation of this bullshit. And I'm not celebrating it. I'm not bragging, but you know what our particular sections have brought to the culture. And the industry, it seemed like y'all have been more successful at bleeding the actual participants in the bullshit into the industry. Our scenario has been, for the most part, people who are aware of the environment, in the environment, affiliated with the environment, but not participants. These are the people who have found a way to rise to fame on our side. Probably because we're so close to Hollywood. This is entertainment. Hollywood is about the best replica. It is not. Reality came along late. And even when they came with reality TV, it's scripted reality. So it's about the best replica in Hollywood. And I understand that is the plight that I have fallen into. Even having a career where I have booked professional gigs alongside Wood Harris, Michael B. Jordan, other established artists, actors in Hollywood. The bulk of my experiences taught me they're not looking for the raw, real thing. They're looking for a replica of the raw, real thing when it comes to Hollywood.
Yes, sir. And then you know what? That's why a nigga like you, or a man like you, because I don't want to call you nigga, because you know they like playing with that word nigga. For a real man like you that stands on your situation and you know what you talking about, it's refreshing to hear shit things that come out your mouth, because real niggas be thinking that shit, but they don't have the platform to say that shit, because all the weird old lame ass motherfuckers be drowning it out. You can't hear real niggas talk, because all the lame ass motherfuckers keep talking.
Cause I can't. Oh, wait. I gotta do. I gotta. Hold up. I gotta do this.
I ain't nothing like you fucking rap niggas.
Hey, on my mama, cuz neighborhood nip, the Keyway Christ, rest in peace, used to tell me, cuz. Hey, look, he used to. He used to tell me. He used to tell me what you just said, cuz. He used to tell me, SPI. This is how I look at it. No matter how abstract what you think you saying might be, if you just stick to saying some real nigga shit, no matter where they at, when a real nigga hear it, it's gonna resonate with him. And he said, that's all I do is, he said, I just hold on to that. And he admonished me to do the same thing. He said, just remember that. Just, if you stick to saying some real nigga shit, it might take a while for your message to get out there to the real niggas. But when the real niggas hear it, they can't do nothing but tap in. So,
but respect it.
Thank you. And that's not only something that I have committed myself to do personally already, but I have reinforced that commitment based on the commission of my comrade, rest in peace, Neighborhood Nip. I love you, Lo, on my mama.
We'll feel the same way, man. Hey, I swear, we put a different parts of the motherfucking U.S., so hey, we on the same level, bro. I ain't trying to tell you that I got the same background as you, but I'm trying to tell you, as this progression of being a man and trying to change our manners about certain shit, bro, who can go against what you talking about?
I'm not gonna add nothing to that. Like that is a humble question, a humbling question. All right, I stand in a Google % agreement with you. I ask the same question. That's why you get the records like Understood, The One. All I ever did was.
Your records be bangers. I'll be commenting on your shit. Your records be bangers, but mainstream don't want to hear that shit. They want to hear that lame ass shit. Unfortunately, that's the way the game go nowadays. Motherfuckers want to hear lame ass shit. Then all the lames be grouping up and partying together and making a whole bunch of lame shit cool.
And you know what I've learned? This is what I've learned with this type of push and this type of program, platform, situation. 7 billion people in the world. You don't need 7 billion people in order to sustain a movement. I'm not here for those that don't get it. I'm here for those that get it. And as long as we stay here, stay consistent, and stay, like you say, about our principles, those who get it are going to find us. And we're going to continue to grow at the pace that we organically grow, based on the fact that we sticking to the script, we sticking to our morals, we keeping it at Google. Ain't no BS around here. Facts over feelings. We don't get mad. We get money. We love life. And it's Jeter. Because gratitude is the attitude. Because we realize we really are out of control on how long we are allowed to be here. Each day is a blessing. And that's how we look at it around here. We don't give a f about how nobody feel about it. Oh, mama.
Oh, mama. See with the Google, bro. Hey, I'm fucking with you, man. If I was in LA, I'd be a script nigga. Oh, bro.
That's right. Hey, that's on God. And look, one of the strongest.
I went my head to the left side anyway, and the Crips where they let they sit to the left side anyway.
On Crip though, I'm a.
Crips vote me like a motherfucker.
Oh my mama, cuz I gotta keep shout out Anthony Owens, Delton Owens, my auntie Janice. Oh my mama, all the girls. I had a cousin move to California from Chicago, like in the early 90s. If it wasn't the late 80s, it was 3 boys, 3 girls, and a mama. I was laced on the situation in Chicago from a young age. I'm gonna keep it a Google. My Crippin' was educated on the left to the right late. I knew left to right being a Chicago thing all my life growing up as a youngster. And my cousin taught me this. He was like, when niggas hit you up, they used to be like, what you go by? What you ride? Train? And if you say, whatever you say, your transportation could be the wrong answer. Like, if you go, that's the way I was educated on how the shit jumped off in Chicago. How we was like, colors and where you from. He'd tell us that, like, if you wear your hat to the wrong side, the L Rookins, or the opposite side, it'd be like what you ride by. And if you say the wrong thing, you could get your issue.
Time.
Yeah.
Old time.
Yeah.
Old time. And to add on what you talking about, Lo, that's why, I don't know you know about it, that's why keeping them be fucking the Bloods and shit like that. Because the Bloods be rocking their hat to the right. And them rock their hat to the right. So, you know, the GDs and like Bloods got like a little common thing going on, rocking their hat to the right. So
I guarantee you though, I guarantee you, I can go show you tons of footage and photos of OG Crips with they rags on the right in LA, in Compton. Whether that's an original Crip element, I may be unaware of. However, if I'm unaware of it, there was a whole generation of us that was unaware of it for a while. And if we weren't unaware of it, we were inactive in part. We wasn't protecting that as the left side for a long time. I didn't really hear that becoming an issue out here to the late 90s, if not the early 2000s, on Crip. And I fell in line.
But that's why I say it. But to add on what you're saying, that's why I honor LA, because even because I traveled to the East Coast and down south too. Y'all got the whole real banging Blood and Crip. I respect LA from all tops, you know what I'm saying? But I just don't get to LA because I don't know what's going on. You feel me?
And vice versa. Hey, my nigga, if I come to Chicago, bro, just based on everything I've heard and known, and because of everything I heard and known, I know how little I know about them. Bro, I would have to be with a hell of a nigga to go in any of them areas where they say is them areas. Yo Comptons, yo Watts. You know how rap niggas be interested in getting to them areas when they get out here? Cuz I'm not interested in that. Show me your Beverly Hills. I know y'all got that too. I don't want to go. I don't want to go to the existing version of the Cabrini Greens. When I was introduced to Chicago, I saw the Cabrini Greens before they was knocked down, but they was evacuated. They was already evacuated, finna get knocked down, but they hadn't got knocked down. That's how I saw them.
That's up. But hey, look, let me tell you something. That's why I respect LA niggas when they talk about check in. Nigga, check the fuck in. You ain't from around this motherfucker. You don't know what the fuck.
It's not a threat. It's not a threat. It's not a threat.
Check in.
The same way threat and promise are interchangeable or can get confused. It's not a threat. It is a word of caution. Ain't nobody on the camera that got a name out here saying check in, saying or else I'm gonna help you regret it. That's not what we're saying. Those that know are saying check in is because don't call me after it's too late and asking me to run something back when it's the Wild Wild West, cuz that shit go back to the Cowboys. You know what a stagecoach is and a robbery? This shit ain't got nothing to do with us trying to be cool. It just happened to be something out here. It's been the Wild Wild West before we was even participating.
Whole time. That's why I fuck with LA. I swear to God, I fuck with the West Coast here, because the West Coast y'all got Arizona, Las Vegas anyway. So anyway, and niggas come down to the West Coast, we fucking with LA period.
That's right.
Y'all run that shit.
But you know how you said we got the world. You agree with Charleston White, and we agree with him. He agrees that we got the world banging Crippin' Blood. But in this mid to late 2000,
I don't like that nigga though. That nigga be acting like he wants that.
he played himself. Look, you know how Cuz went from the most likable nigga that we could have had to the least unlikable nigga. He did it all on his own. He did it himself. We ain't gonna get stuck on him. I just want to. I just mentioned that. I just mentioned that because I just mentioned that because he tried to retract it. But I just want to be humble. I want to be humble and acknowledging. I want to be humble and acknowledging the new generation has kind of tapped in to y'all culture a little more so.
Right, but whole time with back in the day, you know what I'm saying?
And there's a blend. There's a blend of the two cultures. There's a blend. There's a blend of what you guys have brought to the table and what we brought to the table. There's a blend now throughout the whole regions that represent. Yeah.
Oh, for sure. Because at the end of the day, y'all had number one, but y'all had Pop. So I'm a fan of Pop. So Pop was on the west side all day. So low key, I was fucking with Pop anyway possible. You feel? I was young at that age, but at the end of the day, I was still young enough to know what the real was. I know what the fuck the real was, and I knew what money making was, because I'm used to motherfuckers who do shit that's making money, and motherfuckers who doing shit that's just violent, you know, just being violent. So, you know what I'm saying? I liked that Pop because he was just violent. And then when he came to the West Coast, I was like, damn, Pop, that nigga he's just an ill nigga. And I hate that he gone, because they scared of niggas like him nowadays. You gotta be seeking nowadays, because it's like motherfuckers want to see you in jail or locked up, like NBA Youngboy. Motherfuckers hated his ass when he was locked up, but I mean when he was free, but now he locked up, everybody talking about free him.
On my mama.
It's real like that.
On my mama. I took the number down, but it's a 310 caller. We're gonna let him join in. I'm kind of suspicious that this
Hey
stuff.
man, I appreciate you. I appreciate you for rocking with me though, man. I fuck with you, man.
Much love. No, hey, look, I appreciate the love. On my mama, those like you included, but I'm here for you, cuz. I'm not here for them niggas that got something to say that don't agree. I'm here for us, cuz. On my mama.
Whole time. Because when it comes down to it,
310, you on the line with me and the homie from Chirac, Chi-Town, West Side.
In LA together.
What it do?
Huh?
Say your name, 310. Who that, Tragedy?
Tragedy, Eastside Torrance.
I figure that. Eastside Torrance, meet West Side Chirac. What it do?
What's up, Chirac? Hey, man, bless to you, brother.
Terra Torrance, what it?
My brother.
Hey,
man, you know, it's
hey, Chirac, hey, Tragedy is one of my my regular followers and supporters. Go ahead, speak your mind, Tragedy.
Shit, day one, for real, day one.
Day uno.
It's just banging in the party. Just functional. Way before then, too. Hey, you know, right after I'm home in Chicago, and I went out there for a wedding, I want to say about 15 years ago. I think this is right when, around the same time you were talking about Spider, when they was getting ready to tear down the Cabrini Green. And me being me, you know, just being a product of, you know, those kind of environments, I was eager to go and check that shit out. Like, I wanted to see those. I wanted to see the Icky. I don't know what was the name, the actual name of the project, the Icky.
And what happened?
That project, Chicago?
You hear what he said?
South side of town.
Okay.
Yeah, it's called the Icky, right? Yes, sir.
Yeah, but so I was eager to, you know, go see him because I've always been a big fan of fucking Do or Die and fucking Crucial Conflict and all them fools and shit, right? And the homie shit that lived up in Chicago, because you know Chicago got a big Mexican population. And the homie was like, Tragic, like, why the fuck do you want to come from fucking California to Illinois to Chicago and shit to go through the fucking project? Like, what the fuck is wrong with you, for real? And then I was like, man, I can see him. And he was like, for what though? Give me a good fucking reason and I'll take you right now. We'll go have a picnic there. And I was like, I don't know. I just want to experience the shit. And he was like, well, there's nothing to experience, homie. Like,
Everybody is like that except me. When I used to tour and travel the country, I would take the ghetto tours because they were always offered to me under the assumption that that's what I wanted to do. I ain't gonna lie. When I got to New York, I wanted to.
Right.
Yeah. When I got to New York, I wanted to see that. So, yeah.
Right.
I made it.
I ain't never been to New York, but I do want to see that shit. So you right, Lo.
Yeah, let's go. Let's go.
I had a partner from Brownsville, from Brooklyn, and the homie came out here, and this is back in like '06, and I think this is around the time you was still with G with the Spider, and the homie was like, hey, would it be possible if you take me down to fucking 97th Street? The 97th Street for what? He was 97th McKinley down that way. I'm like, how the fuck do you know about 97th McKinley? He was like, oh, that's where Spider from, right? I don't know if that's what that's McKinley Street.
Put the hood on the map. Put the set on the map. See at that game.
Yeah. And I told him shit, you know, just to be honest with you, homie, I was just like, I'll show you how to get there. For me personally, I ain't going down there. And that fool was like, why not? It's like, because, you know, they ain't very friendly with, you know, my skin color.
That's
right
when we
now.
was heavy on that. Yeah, we was heavy on that. You already know.
Yeah, without saying much. And the homie was just very, very fucking, like, to the point that it was like, look, motherfuckers, this is before Google Maps and fucking MapQuest was really cracking. So I was like, I'll draw you a fucking map. Look, you get on the 110, you get on the 105, you know, make a left on Avalon, you know what I mean? All that type of shit. Like, I ain't going down there, And it always tripped me out, though, because even in New Orleans, the times when I first went to New Orleans, all I wanted to do was go see the fucking Magnolias. You know?
Right,
and yeah. And I got homies from out there and shit, and you know, even them were more. They always had that look. Like whenever I told them like, I want to go see this, I want to go see that. They was more on some like, motherfucker, you sure you don't want to go see some fucking chick showing their fucking titties on Bourbon Street? You know what I mean? You don't want to see that?
Oh shit.
You know what I mean? But the whole reason why I'm bringing.
Hey, Yada Williams, I seen that Cash App. Good looking, homie.
But add on what you saying, because it's the same shit. I don't give a fuck if you from New Orleans, Chicago, probably the same. And us as black men, we accept that shit because that's what we grew up to. So that's what we relate to. That's why, you know, Lil Durk and motherfucking Lil Baby can say they the names of what they say because they be feeling the streets. They know what the streets be going on. So people be trying to block that shit from trying to blossom. It's a beautiful thing what's going on in California, what's going on in LA, and what's going on in black communities. But they gonna put it with violence and so nobody sees it.
Right. Man, we gotta hey look, we gotta pray for our Chirac brothers. I know we've taken some high profile L's out here on the West Coast with this street violence, and we can't deny it. But I don't think we can, with the numbers. The Chirac, they take so many high profile. These niggas is getting too much money and not separating themselves from the immediate activity. I don't get it, cuz. Is it the lean? Is it the pills? Huh?
You gotta take it to and the police been told you this shit. You know, the government gives the police department special money for different crimes like grand theft. Like there's a lot of grand theft autos that's been happening in Chicago right now, and a lot of like gun violence. They get federally funded for that shit. This how the police come through with new cars and ARs and all types of new equipment. The government giving them funding for certain types of crimes. So that's why you see a whole lot of killing shit going on in Chicago.
Well, nobody gonna tell me to wipe the corner of my mouth, cuz I just took that little, man, that's fucked up. I had that white all right here, cuz didn't nobody say nothing. Y'all scammers.
Hey, Spider.
Huh?
Spider. I gotta ask you a question. You know what I mean? just to add to what you were saying right now about, you know, how they, you know, be taking L's out here, you know, Chicago be taking a lot of L's out there too, you know, when it comes to like the, you know, superstars and shit. So let me ask you this: how did you manage? Because I know you was a street figure for real. Like I seen you many times in content. I seen you many times in South Central when you had that red that burgundy Yukon.
I just played. Hey, look! I just played the CRIP song earlier, and it say. I just reminded myself. It say, "Ask anybody." The place say ECG on the set. Like, hey, just listen to me, Tragedy. You know where we from?
Yeah.
I was out here. Yeah. You know, I was the only nigga out here on 3 P6s on a brand new 07 truck in 06, and my license plate said ECG unit. I had the 5% tint all the way around. I'm everywhere through the city. It's just like the tattoos on my back and my back arms. You forget about them.
Yes, you know?
You don't forget. You don't think about your license plate.
Be about your money at all costs.
Be about your money at all costs. Be about your marathon at all costs. Be about your manhood at all costs. Be about your movement at all costs. Be about your momentum at all costs.
The original for sure is be about your money.
Be about your money at all costs is the original. Hey, y'all, guess what?
Yeah.
I've been on here way longer than I planned. I love y'all for loving me, and I'm finna get up out of here. Hey, Chirac, say your name for me again, Chirac.
Hey, it's Sebo God.
Sebo God, my homie Tragedy from Torrance.
I'm on Instagram too, bro.
Yeah, your boy Tragedy. Hey. Yeah, follow Tragedy at Fly, Tragedy Ben Fly. You know, B93rd Infantry Music, Big Mac Music. You know, all that good stuff. Eastside for real, Torrance, LA, 97th Street to 24th Street, all that good shit. Yep.
On my mama, much love.
Elisa to the Limo, all that
for
good
Death Dope. On my mama. Hey, we finna get up out of here. I appreciate y'all for being in the Black Box with VJ Keyway, a.k.a. Bay Machiavelli. Because you know I don't do much in here. I just be in here keeping it a Google.
Google gang. Straight legend. Google gang. SBI. Google gang. Google gang ain't here. You better keep that shit a Google when you mention me. First sign of disrespect, I'm turning Hercules. It's gonna be a lot of shirts pressed, rest in peace. Keep it a Google. Better keep it a Google. Keep that shit Google when you mention me. First sign of disrespect, I'm turning Hercules. It's gonna be a lot of shirts pressed, rest in peace. Keep it a Google. You better keep it a Google. Keep it a Google. You better keep it a Google. Better keep it a Google. Keep it a Google. Google, gang.
Bottom line, love life, show us a blessing. Pull up politic and blow us a session. Spot a locomost easty, no mistake in the station. They making them statements, we waking and baking. Word of the day, EC on replay. The marijuana-thon with VJ Keyway, BS and BS. Killing on the track in the black box, we never put feelings over facts. Bay Machiavelli, run me the bread. I don't get mad, I get money instead. I be high, you can tell by a nigga eyes. But wise enough to enterprise, you dig a lies. Contemplating with the Google gang, conversating. Counting coins while these cowards in the comments hating. Only thing count, my count getting another comma. I'm a magnet to the money on my mother mama.
Better keep that shit a Google when you mention me. First sign of disrespect, I'm turning Hercules. It's gonna be a lot of shirts pressed, rest in peace. Keep it a Google. Better keep it a Google. Keep that shit Google when you mention me. First sign of disrespect, I'm turning Hercules. It's gonna be a lot of shirts pressed, rest in peace. Keep it a Google. You better keep it a Google. Keep it a Google. You better keep it a Google. Better keep it a Google. Keep it a Google. Google, gang.
If you can't keep it a Google, then don't mention me. Run a check through the set, I bet them niggas mention me. Red Bull and Hennessy, I keep the same energy. No matter on a solo or a couple homies with me. Tell them come get me if they want confrontation. I keep a couple shooters with me. And we right here waiting on shit to pop off. Take a nigga top off, you tempt me. All that BS, you can miss me. Slide down Century, doing about 60 in the gutter lane. Faded off yak and dropped the pistol, hopping out the rain. I won't change, keep it a Google, the only way. Mention me, I come out and play, that's on the gang. We're not the same, I ain't nothing like these rap niggas. Hanging with bangers, no bodyguards, we all strapped, nigga. All truth, no lies, facts over feelings. We ain't gon' start something we can't finish. Google gang.
Better keep that shit a Google when you mention me. First sign of disrespect, I'm turning Hercules. It's gon' be a lot of shirts press, rest in peace. Keep it a Google, better keep it a Google. Keep that shit Google when you mention me. First sign of disrespect, I'm turning Hercules. It's gon' be a lot of shirts press, rest in peace. Keep it a Google, you better keep it a Google. Keep it a Google. You better keep it a Google. Better keep it a Google. Keep it a Google. Google gang.
I'm thinking it's a Friday, but it's really only Tuesday. Sipping tequila, kicking my feet up, turning my feet up. Oh yeah. I'm thinking it's a Friday, but it's really only Tuesday. Sipping tequila, kicking my feet up, turning my feet up. Oh yeah. Banging me some OJs, thinking about the old days. Kicking my feet up just like a ball. I'm thinking it's Friday, but it's really only Tuesday. Sipping tequila, kicking my feet up. Oh yeah.
Stuff a marathon OG and the Russian cream. Whole team counting thousands, it was just a dream. Big blunts to the neck, get me high quick. In the trap, watching shotters on the 5-stick. 4K, 60-something on the inside. Pastrami and chili on the French fries. Piecing up for the homies on the inside. Evil East side, in hood, could've been died. Liberated, cause the paid lawyer litigated. Mitigated, keep the cognac refrigerated. Getting faded in a 5-star, niggas hate it. Last time I demonstrated it was nickel plated. He ain't had no win against the 4 fin. Just went on one, and I'm down to go again. But then, I'd rather sip tequila. Kick my feet up, turn the beat up, never put my heat up on E.
I'm thinking it's a Friday, but it's really only Tuesday. Sipping tequila, kicking my feet up, turning my feet up. Oh yeah. I'm thinking it's a Friday, but it's really only Tuesday. Sipping tequila, kicking my feet up, turning my feet up. Oh yeah. Banging me some OJs, thinking about the old days. Kicking my feet up just like a boss do. Yeah. I'm thinking it's Friday, but it's really only Tuesday. Sipping tequila, kicking my feet up. Oh
Big
yeah.
M's on a baseball cap, I'm from the Mac. Styrofoam cup full of Remy Martin, all cognac, no chase. I used to duct tape the 38. Brothers hanging out where it ain't safe on a Tuesday. Patron bottles, Magnum hollers, we get it in. Active like every day, not only on the weekend. Baby say she can't swim, just put your feet in. Take a shot of this tequila and stay away from the deep end. For death though, I'm too deep in. Mafia, on that BS, Blue Smurf and Baby Spotter. Gold rag around my neck or in my pocket, can't give it up. Blam on me in the function, wish I would put it up. Got me turned up, thinking about the old days. Homie and op, remember all my head up fast. But then, I'd rather chill and kick my feet up. Mafias and ECs, the real riders link up.
I'm thinking it's a Friday, but it's really only Tuesday. Sipping tequila, kicking my feet up, turning my feet up. Oh yeah. I'm thinking it's a Friday, but it's really only Tuesday. Sipping tequila, kicking my feet up, turning my feet up. Oh yeah. Banging me some OJs, thinking about the old days. Kicking my feet up just like a boss do. Yeah. I'm thinking it's Friday, but it's really only Tuesday. Sipping tequila.
That's my loc right there. They Uno. Yeah. That's my day uno. Only me and him in his two-door Benz. That's my bro. We don't call each other friends, day uno. Even ride with me to the end. Even let me have the last shot at him. That's my day uno. We stay cracking. And when I die, he one of the niggas carrying my casket. Game bang active. Really with the shit, stay banged up. My day one and never changed up. That's my day uno.
Niggas know air since day uno. For rare recitors, and I'ma say puto. And I mean that with all due disrespect to the ops off tops if you diss the set. This man though, I go half on the sack with him. Double back on foot with the Mac with him. Cognac, that's what my joint drank, period. I done seen him do it point blank. Neighborhood for death though, EC on mine. Every time still get my nigga 3 up high. When it's cracking, he usually a trip before me in 03 introduced me to Nip. Got a lot of politics between the two turfs. Choose to keep it mafia like Blue Smurf. Half the time I don't even like her, but I ain't never met a nigga like
That's
her.
my day uno. Only me and him in his two-door Benz. That's my bro. We don't call each other friends, day uno. Even ride with me to the end. Even let me have the last shot at him. That's my day uno. We stay cracking. And when I die, he one of the niggas carrying my casket. Game bang active. Really with the shit, stay banged up. My day one and never changed up. That's my day uno. So when it come to dying, it ain't nothing. Killing ain't shit either. Enemies know we stay hunting. We know it's wrong, but we love it. Where you wanna take it? We in the streets. We don't mind a little confrontation. Whole lot of gunplay with me and my low. I'm talking pistol with the scopes when we out on patrol. Hunting for domes. My low was a fool when he get it in. Pull up on him like cuz, let's slide and he getting in. Lil Mac down my bro. Ain't gotta prove a point. It's facts over feelings in my SPI voice. M's be the logo. That's my day uno. We ain't friends. It's only me and cuz in this Benz. Like identical twins. We on that same shit. Day unos. Them be the niggas that I bang with. A lot of politics between both gangs, it is what it is. The homies live the game. That's my day uno. Only me and him in his two-door Benz. That's my bro. We don't call each other friends, day uno. Even ride with me to the end. Even let me have the last shot at him. That's my day uno. We stay cracking. And when I die, he one of the niggas carrying my casket. Game bang active. Really with the shit, stay banged up. My day one and never changed up. That's my day uno.
Nate Blood, C-Mac, shout out my loc, spot him up, cuz. Nate Blood, on hood. It's a beautiful world. You fight me? Fight, Craig.
It's Nate Blood and that Hustling. Big shout out to my nigga SPI, Spotter Loc. You know I'm in the black box, had to come through, tap in, show love one time. Yeah, y'all make sure y'all subscribe. Stay tuned, all that.